Hi everyone, I hope you are all good and you're having a really great day. I am making this video today, as always, tuning into the collective energy and see what resonates for myself personally in my own journey and with my clients and with the collective, all of us together. And I'd like to bring through a little bit of information that has been easing its way through us all and maybe really bringing up a lot of questions within us, especially in women right now, in regards to relationships. So I'm sure this YouTube video has caught your eye on some level with the brief that I'm going to pop in about relationships and how are you managing and navigating through them right now. So if you don't know me, my name is Mairead, also known as the Celtic Goddess. And I channel through light language, very high frequency energies, and I work with my angels and my guides and divine feminine and masculine energies and galactic energies to bring through information for clients, to hold intuitive healing space for clients, and to work in workshops and groups in a retreat space. And with my work, it's always, I'm learning as I'm navigating very much my own life process as well. So the relationships, how are they affecting you right now? And if you are navigating an ascension, and more than likely you are, if you've come across this video, you're very much in the depths of your own journey, navigating back into the truth of yourself through the heart space. This will, and I mean will, for everybody have its own effect on relationships. Primarily relationships if you have a lover, a husband, a wife, a partner, a significant other in your life, somebody that you are maybe not making love to as much, but maybe, you know, in a sexual relationship with. This will really be heightening anything within you right now that is coming up for clearing. So when we are on our ascension process, what's happening is our carbon-based bodies are becoming more crystalline. We are opening up more and more to our higher self. So I read the energy field, I see everything as a vibration and as an energetic resonance. And this is how it is shown and explained to me through my guides and makes perfect sense for me as I relay any information. So when we are ascending, literally what is happening is we are being emptied out. And this kind of came through for me this week, another perspective and a different perspective on my own journey and a way to explain it to others. So it's literally we are being emptied out of everything that is within us that is not the truth of us, that is based on the ego, the matrix, the falsehood, inversions, distortions. So things that are not aligned with the truth of our heart, our higher mind, and the truth of our soul self. So anything that is not for the highest good of us, and this is going through, you know, this can go back through a lot of parallel lives or previous lives and through the bloodline families as well. All of this is coming up like right now in the last while for integration. And integration means transmutation, transformation through the higher heart. So energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. I did check that out in a science book after I was shown that information, just to be sure. A lot of the information I get and anything that is anyway sciencey goes over my head. I don't know it all until I research it afterwards, and I'm like, oh, I was receiving the right information there from my guides. So energy cannot be transformed, only transmuted. So it's not like we can get rid of dark, dense energy. We can transform it and alchemize it into light. So what is that dense energy? That is trauma. That is energy that's moving at a very low vibration. It is trauma. It is pain. It is our suffering, whether it's in the physical, the emotional, the mental bodies. We are storing it there somewhere. So all of this is being emptied out of us. So everything that is not aligned. So you may be experiencing a lot of physical pain right now, I'm not getting, what's the opposite word of remission I'm being shown? So a reactivation, for want of a better word, of old pains and aches, old illnesses that maybe you thought you have cleared are rearing their head again, or maybe an aggravation of current physical diseases or disorders as this is coming up to be cleared. In the mental thought process as well, there is so much clearing happening and being shown through the mental process. And a lot of our mental energetic bodies, the programming that we have, the thought processes that we have within our own selves, and how we see the world and how the world sees us, those habits, those conditionings, those belief systems, all of them that have not been, and most of them are not aligned with the truth of us, are coming up right now to be cleared. So that means there will be an aggravation on many levels within the mind space. And sometimes you'll hear of the monkey mind, the mind shatter. It's like a toddler having a tantrum. It doesn't want to let go. Emotionally as well, I'm always shown that the core root of many diseases and disorders in the mental and the physical body are from the emotional body. So emotions may be taught, may be heightened. We may be very sensitive to triggers right now. And this, happening within ourselves and on our own journey, regardless of our work, our family life, or whatever is happening, this is quite difficult for us to navigate through on our own. And I study a lot of work with the Essenes, with the energies of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and their practices. And this would have been a time when people would have went into the caves, so to speak. So you go into silence, you go into solitude, you move into a space of safety within yourself, and you allow yourself that space, that silence, that quiet to navigate through these initiations. However, in our modern day life, it's not always an opportune times to do this. So we're already being squeezed, we're already being emptied out of everything that is no longer aligned in order for the light to come in, which is very important. But it may feel at times that you're just being purged out completely. And this can feel very overwhelming. And then to throw the salt in the wounds, which it may feel like at the moment, many of us may be in the victim mentality, feeling like, why is this happening to me? And then the salt in the wounds will be relationships, those ones that are closest to us, those ones that we have sexual relationships with, can and will be major triggers for us. So a soulmate or a twin flame, regardless if you believe in that or if you're with your soulmate or twin flame, there is a lot of untruths around that are being revealed right now as well. I know a lot of people talk about meeting their soul flame or their twin flame, and life is easy and it's all wonderful and they get you and support you. And if you're in that place in your life, then I'm very, very happy for you. But the truth is, our twin flame and our soul flames, our soulmates, their job is to trigger everything that is unhealed within you, so you are moving into becoming the highest aspect of yourself, the highest love and truth of yourself. Your soulmate, your twin flame, is a huge mirror for you to show you those places within you that are in need of love, to show you those darker, denser energies, emotions, and feelings within you. So sometimes the twin flame, the soulmate, can trigger on a deep level a lot of those lower chakra energies, rage, frustration, anger, in order for that to be released out of you, so you can clear that from your body and allow more light to move through, or alchemize through the heart, so you can alchemize it into higher light, which is the resonance of love. So needless to say, if you are not in an aligned relationship, if you are ascending quite fast and moving into newer understandings and newer awarenesses about yourself, your journey in your life, and your partner or your significant other is not moving on their own journey or moving at a different wavelength, then literally there's going to be a misalignment here. And this will cause a lot of heartache. A lot of people are beginning to come into an awareness that the partner they are with is not the one for them. They're coming into a realization that they don't need to be codependent anymore. They are being urged and asked by their higher self, their soul aspect of them, to step into their sovereignty, their authenticity, to follow their heart and the guidance of their heart, and follow on what is their truth. Now, this will, as you can imagine, if you are in relationship or family where you are never heard, your voice is not valued, you are misunderstood, and you are being pushed, literally squeezed into this newer level of awareness for your higher self, which is for your highest good, it is going to create a lot of friction and a lot of confrontation in others that are no longer resonating with you. Now, this can go in two ways. It can come into a place where your significant other is ready to hold space for you, ready to move into a place of understanding and an awareness, ready to, of course, essentially look within themselves as well. Because when we're moving through this, projection can become overwhelming. We're projecting our pain out into our partner, they're projecting their pain back onto us. But when somebody is moving through the ascension process, they're beginning to recognize and understand, okay, this is a projection. I am putting my crap and my traumas and my blame and whatever onto this person, and I'm catching myself, I'm bringing it into my awareness, I'm pulling it back, and I'm owning it. I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm able to step up and say, yes, this is my responsibility. I apologize where needs be, and I need to look at these aspects of myself in loving light and release them without asking the party, the other person, to heal them or fix them or save them, and so to speak. Because nobody is coming to save you in this ascension, only the self. You don't need anybody else, only the self. But yes, it will help if you have a partner that is going to hold that space for you and allow you to navigate through this at your own pace. So if your partner is willing to do the same, is willing to recognize and say, okay, I'm actually projecting to my own shit literally on top of you, they're able to stop pointing the finger all the time and blaming you and putting all of their stuff on you, then there can be an upgrade. I mean, Joan is the word, an upgrade in the relationship where you're both moving at your own level, in your own resonance with your own, higher self, but you're both doing the work on the self each, and then coming together and upgrading and having a release, and upgrading and having a release. If the other person is not willing to do the work, is completely butting heads with you all the time, this is within you going to create immense suffering. And when you are on the ascension process, when it begins, it's like, I see like a snowball running down a mountain, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's no holding it back when the ascension begins. When you start to expand, when you open up into this awareness that you are a spiritual being with multidimensional aspects of you, having a very physical experience, you cannot stop that snowball from running. You're on it, you're in it. So it is, if you're misaligned, if you're doing anything that is not aligned with your highest good, you suffer. So it's like a way of your higher self allowing and kind of moving you back into alignment. You step out of alignment, you make a decision that doesn't resonate with you, you suffer. So it's like that suffering is pulling you back into the heart and into the self, and allowing you to recognize, I need to take care of my own needs more and more and more. So there is, so essentially with a relationship, it will go two ways. There will either be a complete breakdown of the relationship where you begin to recognize, now it is time that this person is no longer resonating with me. no longer aligning the relationship with me. It can become very toxic because the other person is not doing that work. So that's when we need to recognize, okay, is it time for a dissolution and the dissolving of that relationship in order for me to move on my journey and wish them well? Or else, is there something here within them, a deep love, a deep connection, and they are also willing to put the work into themselves. They are willing to take responsibility for their own self. They are ready to hold space for you. So there can be a beautiful mutual union here, and a way for supporting each other as you are navigating through this ascension. So this, in fact, then can be the opportunity for a deepening of the relationship, a more love, a more understanding and kind and compassion and caring for them and for each other. So this is why essentially relationships are coming under the spotlight pretty hot and heavy right now. Another one as well is the codependency. So many, I primarily deal with women. It's not that necessarily it's just women that are codependent. Men are very codependent as well. However, a lot of women have been, and it's through our bloodline as well, we have been very codependent, and also finances, or financial independence has been causing a huge issue here for women. So women who have not been, initially financially independent, where the men are primarily still the caregivers, where the woman maybe has children, she's not in a situation where she can move out of that, that then can, codependency can become toxic also. We're dependent on that person. Sometimes it's emotionally, sometimes it's mentally, sometimes it's the fear of stepping into the unknown and being on our own. And sometimes it's the simple practicality of the physical finances. We don't have the money to leave. We don't have the money to start again. So there is a lot of aspects of this coming up right now to be cleared for the higher self. So calling in your angels, calling in your guides, calling in your higher self. If you're feeling you are in a situation where you're feeling maybe trapped or stuck, then asking for support, putting it out to the universe, asking maybe somebody that you confide in, is there some way that you can support? Because this is collectively, there's a huge shift in the dynamics of relationships happening right now. And this is going to be seen, we're going to start hearing about this in the next, after Christmas in 2023. I feel there's going to be a lot of shift and changes in relationships that may surprise a lot of people, but it has been stewing and brewing for a very, very long time. Also, we have the dynamics of the masculine and the feminine energies. So as I always say, we have both of those energies within us. I'm very much on my own journey of clearing and integrating more of the masculine energy in my own body. And that is embodying and healing and embracing those aspects of me equally. And then in the outer world, we have the divine feminine energies and we have the masculine energies. So men are coming on board as well. Men is like a couple of steps behind with the women, I feel, in the ascension process. But they are coming on board slowly. So we also need to support men. We need to have been shown this so many times. I'm shown the analogy of taking them by the hand, literally through the darkness. And when I see the darkness, I see the darkness as the void or the pregnant cosmic mother, through the darkness and into the light. So I feel that women are at the forefront right now of this ascension process, the stepping into their power, remembering the priestess, the goddess energy, connecting with the alchemy of the womb space and the cosmic mother energy. And then the men are going to come on board as well. But remembering too that we're not there to save everybody, we're there to support those who would like to shift and change. We cannot change anybody from their own accord. Everybody has the right to free will. We can only hold a supportive space for people as they choose to shift and change and navigate. So this is also probably very important aspect if you are in a relationship and you are trying to change that person. You are trying to get them to wake up. You're trying to get them to see your perspective. We cannot do that, and it is not our place to do that. That soul will do that at the right time. We need to recognize that. We need to ask ourselves, am I willing to allow this person to stop me from ascending further in my process, or am I willing to keep making myself small to fit into this relationship? And if I'm doing so, I am still suffering. So there's lots of dynamics here at play, and there is lots of learning curves for us to navigate through this. But hopefully this will bring a little bit more clarity as to why relationships may be very triggering right now, and maybe sometimes we don't feel very comfortable in sharing or talking about it, especially with loved ones or close friends, because we don't want to feel judged. However, there are many couples experiencing this now at their own pace and at their own level. Yes, it is working out for both of them and for their highest good to surrender and trust in that. And also remembering to bring your awareness into your higher heart. So with that, I'm going to bring through a little bit of beautiful light language, and I'm going to invite you to connect with the breath, with the sacred heart and the sacred mind, and asking for a deep connection with the higher self of you right now. And this will help clear. It will help see and give you a little bit more guidance and clarity as to what your choices are moving forward, and helping you resonate on what are the best decisions to make for you right now if you are experiencing any relationship difficulties. So inviting you to close your eyes. And we're just going to place your hands upon your chest, across the heart chakra. And just inviting in our I am presence in holy loving light, our angels and our guides. And inviting the breath now, bringing us into the present moment awareness, feeling the breath rise and fall on the in-breath and on the out-breath. And asking now the breath to move in to the sacred higher heart of you. I am breathing into my higher heart. Suyawanai hanosudi rotosua. He kuana sudi rotosutai siwa. Ikuanati siti rotosu ku siti hanosu hi kuanata hi si kuanasu ti kaniti akanosu ta kanitsi konisiti hanosua. Feeling the breath from the higher heart within you merging. And now asking the higher mind beyond the ego, the higher mind of you, to merge with the higher heart and the sacred breath. Sacred Trinity, the breath, the higher heart, the higher mind. Ikuanatayorotusui, iakanasa, iakanu, hiakanosuti, rotusua, hanasiti, akanosu, ayesioanosuti, rotusua. Feeling this connection of three and inviting through cosmic energy that radiates and resonates within your being, asking a merging of this cosmic energetic pulse within your body, your I am presence, to merge now within your higher heart, your breath, your higher mind. I am Yochnusu, Yochnosua, Yesi, Anotorotosua, Yochnusu, Hitirotosui, Hakuanasi, Hanusui, Iachnosui, Iesu, Atuhanosut, Iachnesi, Huanai, 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 Wanosuti, Wasiwa. I'm putting the hands back in the heart, taking a breath again. Feeling a clarity, feeling a clearing, feeling expansion, and feeling the energy grounding deeper and deeper into the higher heart of you, the soul aspect of you. Thanking our angels and our guides. And have a beautiful, blessed day.